Today I'm going to look at the FMS J3 Cub 1400mm. This Cub is a really nicely scaled one, so it does feature this nice looking scale pilot inside. It does have these engine details which are really detailed, and even these fuel caps on the wing and the fuse as well. This one is it's a really nicely looking one, and it's also a nice package because there are floats included, so you can run it on land and on water. These landing gears, which are the landing gears, they are really sturdy. I think this is one of the best constructed landing gears I've seen in this Cub style. So there's a really nice springs and thick steel. Although these wheels are not too big, they do work fine. I think on taller grass you will actually struggle a bit, like on any RC airplane with smaller wheels. I think the assemble of this one was a little bit more difficult than many E-flite RC airplanes because they are super simple. But overall, nothing really time consuming. I think the one design flaw is actually you have inside the cabin you have the aileron cables exposed, but of course you can easily just hide them in some sort of tube or something. But they could have made this one a little bit better, but other than that I think it's just a fantastic looking scale RC airplane. So I mean, let's go out and do a maiden on this one. It's a nice calm morning and the FMS J3 Cub 1400mm is on the runway. So let's get it flying then. It was a nice and easy takeoff. Didn't require much elevator to get this one flying. So I'm running this on a 3-cell 2200 milliamp battery, and it's the only battery that actually fit in a 30C range. I suppose I actually can squeeze in a 50C as well, but this battery is a 30C. So it's quite agile, this Cub. I know this is supposed to be a scale flight, but I'm actually going to push it just to explore the flight envelope and what it can do. Because I like to do sporty flying with a kind of a mixed aerobatic style. So it's certainly agile on both the elevator and roll axis. And really smooth and steady also. It is surprisingly aerobatic, this Cub. I've tried also the Arrows J3 Cub, the 1000mm wingspan RC airplane, but I just felt that the Arrows Cub was just too tame and didn't have the power to do anything good, but this Cub certainly has no problem doing anything. So it is a scale RC airplane, but when you have the ability to do all these things, it's difficult not to do them. And I've set the timer for 5 minutes, so it's time just to slow it down. 2 minutes left on the timer, just to be safe and not risk running into some sort of power problems. So just take it easy these last 2 minutes. So this is scale flying. You don't need much throttle. Looks really nice. Looks like the real thing. And the colors on this one is also really nice, because I really like white and red RC airplanes. I think it's the best color combination to have something that is visible, orientation is easy, and it does look really nice in the air as well. So I'm lowering altitude to line up for a landing eventually. So final turn then, before doing a landing, just let it drop or flare at the end. Yeah, nice main landing. So it's a truly great flying RC airplane, this FMS Cub. I have nothing negative to say about it. The landing was easy, takeoff was easy, really predictable when I flew it. So it's a fantastic Cub, this one. This FMS J3 Cub is more or less fantastic to fly. It doesn't feature flaps, so don't expect it to be a really slow flying RC airplane, but takeoff is just super smooth. You just need, almost no elevator to just get it up in the air. And it's quite agile also, so I think because this one is a 3S RC airplane and I flew this on a 2200 3S battery, I think it just flies more or less fantastic. It's easy to do aerobatics. I don't think there are any issues with lack of power or agility, because this is a scale RC airplane, so of course you should fly more scale. But to do a simple routine of aerobatic is no problem. Even inverted flying works really nice. Everything from takeoff to landing, because the landings are also really simple. You make sure you have some speed. You drop the plane and you flare at the end, and it will just touch down on the mains really nice way, and then drop the tail. So I think it's more or less it's a perfect Cub. Of course, I would like to have seen flaps on this one, and it's certainly possible to install them, but I don't think I will ruin the nice looks with installing flaps. I think the only issue with this one is when it comes to the battery hatch underneath and the space inside. Because, as you can see, I've put this tape to make it easy to remove this one, but I actually have to pry this hatch open with a flat screwdriver, because otherwise I cannot open it. And not only that, the space inside is really tight, so I have to really squeeze in a 2200 3S battery. So I think the battery compartment and the hatch could have been made so much better on this one. But that's more or less the only complaint I have about it, because I think it's just a great flying, great looking, and especially with this the red scheme on the wingtips, it's super easy to tell orientation, which direction you're going. So I will certainly fly more, and I will also compare this one to other Cubs that I have and coming.